Hi, good morning everyone. In this video of today, we are going to understand the mechanism of multiplier, or should I say the concept of multiplier. Now, I am sure by now each one of you are quite aware of the two formulas that we have done in the multiplier and the numerical that we have done related to those formulas. And secondly, all of you also are aware of the two terms, that is forward action of multiplier and backward action of multiplier. Let me repeat that both definitions again. Forward multiplier is a type of multiplier in which a multiple increase in income is caused by an increase in investment, while on the other hand, multiplier is backward when there is a decrease in income because of decrease in investment. Now, in this video today, let's try to understand the process or the mechanism of multiplier. Well, before we go on to understand the mechanism, let's make an assumption that the value of MPC to understand this concept is 0.5. The value of MPC is 0.5. Now, this table completely shows the multiplier process or the multiplier mechanism. Well, with the data that has been given to you in this, you can see that in round 1, that is in this round, in round 1, when there is an increase in investment of rupees 100 crore, when there is an increase in investment of rupees 100 crore, you can see that there is an increase in income also of 100 crore. Now, since we had assumed that MPC is equal to 0.5, that is 1 by 2, so out of the increase in income of 100, MPC, which is change in C by change in Y, we can see that consumption changes by 1 by 2 of 100, that is by 50, and rest another 50 is saved. Now, 50 is saved. Now you can see that this 50 which was consumed in round 1, this 50 which was consumed in round 1, naturally for making this consumption we are making an expenditure. To consume anything we generally make expenditure, and whenever we make expenditure for consumption, our expenditure is somebody else's income. So what happens is the expenditure that we make on consumption becomes an income for somebody else. So in round 2, the change in income is 50, out of which 1 by 2.5 or 50% is consumed, and again 25 is saved. Now, this 50 becomes 50%, that is 25. Now, again in the second round, we are consuming by 25 units. Again, when we are consuming, we are making an expenditure. Our expenditure is somebody else's income. So what happens is this 25 that we make an expenditure again becomes an income for somebody else. And that income again changes by 25, out of which 12.5, that is 1.5, is the change in consumption, while rest 12.5 is the savings. Again, since consumption changes by 12.5, we make an expenditure for our consumption, and our expenditure becomes somebody else's income. So this 12.5 becomes an income for somebody else, and again 0.5, that is 6.25, is consumed, and the rest 6.5 is saved. You see, this process keeps happening in different time periods or in different rounds. You can see over there that whenever we are making an consumption expenditure, it becomes an income for somebody else. Now, at last, what happens is this process keeps on happening till we conclude that the total investment, see, the investment was made only for one time, the total investments that we have made is 100. Now, we all know that The formula for calculation of K is equal to 1 by MPC, which is equal to 1 by 0.5, that is equal to 2. So the multiplier in this case is equal to 2, which means that the another formula for calculation of K, that is change in income divided by change in investment, is equal to 2. So that implies change in income is equal to 2 into change in I, which shows that 2 into change in I, we had shown one investment was changing only one time, and that was 100, that is equal to 200. So we can see that the change in income ultimately becomes 200. So the change in income, ultimately the sum of all these incomes goes to become 200. Now in 200 total income, we can see that the 0.5, that is 50%, is the change in consumption, 100, while the remaining 100 is for savings. There is another way of understanding this entire mechanism process, which is shown to you in this pictorial presentation. You can see over here that whenever we are changing our investment, in this case we had changed our investment by 100, there is always a change in income. Now, whenever income will change, we will surely change our consumption. And when we change our consumption, that is when we make expenditure on our consumption, what happens is it changes the income of somebody else's. With this relation, you please understand one more thing, that in this case we had assumed MPC to be 0.5. However, if we assume MPC to be more higher, let's try to understand the relation between MPC and multiplier. If in this case, when MPC was 0.5, we had calculated that multiplier was 2. Suppose instead of MPC being 0.5, MPC is equal to 0.4. That is, the MPC has reduced. So in this case, your K would be, that is multiplier would be 1 by 1 minus of MPC, that is equal to, since we can put 0.4 over here, this becomes 1 by 0.6, that is 10 by 6, that is 5 by 3, that is 1.67. So you can see over there, when MPC was 0.5, K was 2. And similarly, when MPC is 0.4, that is when MPC gets reduced, the value of K also, that is multiplier, also gets reduced. So when MPC reduces, multiplier reduces. When MPS reduces, multiplier increases. This is the relation between multiplier and MPC and multiplier and MPS, and this was the process of multiplier. I hope this clears your understanding of mechanism of multiplier. Thank you everyone.